What's going on, guys? Just wanted to make a quick video, show you guys what's going on over here. So I got an email today from yet another property management group, my lawn care company. That's what this video is about. It's about bids and how to get commercial properties and so on and so forth. I already have a couple of videos up on my page about how to get commercial properties, so if you haven't checked them out, after this quick little video I'm going to talk to you, go ahead and check those out. They're really informative. They're going to help you get on Google. They're going to help you get your stuff together and make sure you're off onto the right path. But I just wanted to show you guys it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to free quotes. Especially right now, I'm getting a ton of emails and calls from businesses and companies and property management groups, and they all want bids. That's what happens when you put your business on Google. That's what happens when you get a good 5-star rating from most of your people, if not all of your people. I had a big, I don't know if you guys are familiar with PNC Bank. I don't know if they're in your area, but they're pretty big out here. I just put together, as you can see right here on my Microsoft Word, it says invoice, but this is just the template that I use for my quotes. But it comes with the Microsoft 365 as one of the templates, and I found it really helpful, and that way there I don't have to get on Google and try to find a template. But anyway, I got one email from a property management company, and it probably took the guy maybe 5 minutes to send out some local emails to local businesses in our area. And this is what the email said. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's a property management company, and it just says, give me your bids, and then it gives you a PDF down here for locations. And there were 6 locations in my area, and what I did was I made a bid for all 6 locations individually and everything that's required as far as the weekly mowing and trash pickup services, the fertilization, the weeding, the bush trimming, the tree trimming, the irrigation startup and shutdown. All mulching was in there. I get this all the time. Property management companies. So this company is not even from this state. It's not even from this area. It was hired from PNC Bank to get their snow removal done and to get their lawn care services done. That's it. So there's companies out there that are just sitting on their ass, staring at a computer, getting paid to send me an email to have me go out there and service their properties. And this is what's going to happen. I already submitted all my bids. They look phenomenal. I doubt somebody else is going to get the bids over me. They're all really close to my neighborhood. I really like the property, so I'll probably get them. But anyway, what's going to happen is he's going to say, sounds great, I like it. And then after that, I'm going to have to send him tax documents. I'm going to have to send him insurance. I'm going to have to send him all this information, personal information. I'm going to have to download an app that he uses. This will be the 3rd app now that I have to download and use. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have to take pictures of every single property every single week. Every single time I do something, I'm going to take pictures of it. I'm going to have to put it in the app, and I'm going to send it to him or update the app, and then I'm going to get a paycheck in the mail at the end of the month. But the point I'm getting at is, for instance, let's say one property, I'll go mow it, and I'll charge the people $50 to mow it. Well, in reality, this dude is getting paid $60 or $70 to get that yard mowed. And then let's say I do a leaf cleanup for $50 or $60. Well, this guy, he's getting an extra $10. Every service that I do, he's getting an additional $10, $15, $20 on top of that. And then what's really messed up is that guy owns his own business. That guy runs his own company. He's a property management company. I am a full write-off. So he's going to claim he made $1,000, and then he's going to write everything that he paid me off for the whole year. And then he doesn't have any insurance on his company. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have the upkeep of the mowers, the trailers, the trucks, the salt, the everything, the fertilization, all that stuff, like the licensing, the LLCs, the bank information. Like, there's so many things that come into running a lawn care business. I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're thinking about starting a lawn care business, definitely do it. And if you want a lot of opportunity, Get on Google. That was one email, and that just landed me 6 jobs. If he says yes, I'll be finishing out the month of November, just doing a routine trash pickup. It's good money. I'm just gonna have to walk the locations and pick up the trash and stuff like that. In the halfway through the season, I got an email from another property management company for the same thing, but it was only for one location that was by us. What he was asking for was just stupid. For him paying me $50 a week or whatever to take care of this property, I was like, dude, it's not worth it. He was asking for so much crap. And then all of a sudden, a week and a half later, I get an email from another property management company for the same property, but it was a totally different property management company. It was for the same property. And then this dude was like, just download the app, send me this information. I'll pay you $70 a week. The property's yours. And I was like, all right, whatever. So now, because I was on Google, because I had Google, the one property that I have now from the property management company is the dude that runs that management company. He's in Indiana, and then the company that I mow for, that dude gets paid from, they're like right down the street from me. It's so stupid. Yeah, just put the bid on, and then just give them what they ask for. And when it comes to commercial properties, you have to bid them the same way that you would bid a residential property, okay? Don't just think, oh, it's a bank, we're gonna hose these people, because I've seen I've seen bids from commercial properties before where I was like, dude, what? There's no way they're gonna accept that. And of course they didn't, because it was astronomical. So have a good price in mind. Don't just try to go gouge them because it's a bank or because it's a commercial property. When I first started my business, the one thing I made sure I didn't do was make bad business decisions. And when you do one-time cuts, that's a bad business decision. There's so much work that goes into that one $50 or $60 cut, $70 cut, I don't care what it is. You got to think about the time for you to answer the phone, to write down the information, to get your lawnmower and all that stuff and put it on your route. Yeah, I don't even care unless it's like right next to one of the things you're about to mow, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're gonna go mow someone's yard for $60 or $70 one time, what if they just don't want to pay you? What if they're like, I'm not paying you? Or you get it all done, they don't pay you? Or something I've seen a couple of times is they'll blame you for hitting their house or hitting their garage or hitting something in their yard. And then they'll say, well, I'm not going to pay you because you wrecked this, blah, blah, blah. Or you send a rock through one of their windows. Totally mistake. They're not trying to screw you over or nothing, but you do some damage to their property. Now you got to ask yourself, was it even worth it? No. But if I go on someone's property and I tell them $60 every single week, and all of a sudden now you're looking at, $2,000 for the year, is it worth it? Chances are, yeah, because, well, every customer that I had this year that's weekly is coming back next year. So it's more than 2,000. Plus, if you can get them to do the irrigation, and then you do the fall cleanup, spring cleanups, all that stuff, the seeding and fertilizing and all that. I just stay away from the one-time cleanups. Yeah, when it comes to residential quotes, it's super easy. I don't have to really put anything down on paper. Kind of just tell them, hey, $60 a week. How's it sound? Sounds great. But when it comes to these commercial properties, they tend to get a full package, which is why I like them. But at the same time, a lot of my residential people have full packages too. I'm very picky when it comes to doing my yard, getting good yards and stuff like that. All of the yards that I have right now are phenomenal. The grass is green, it looks great, it's well taken care of, it gets weed control, it's fertilized. All the landscaping looks beautiful, because I'll be damned if I'm going to have a t-shirt with my name on it or somebody else working with me with my, I'm not going to have my name all over this yard that looks disgusting, just covered in holes, there's dirt patches, the grass is dead, there's weed all over, like there's weeds everywhere. Like I'm not going to do that. When I first started out, it wasn't a big thing for me, but I made up my mind. I tell more people no on a daily basis than I do yes. So if you just want me to cut your grass once every couple of weeks because you want to save some money and you don't want to water it and you don't want to fertilize it, I'm not there for that. Commercial properties, definitely the way to go. Leave a comment down below. If you can subscribe and like the video, that'd be great. If you don't want to, whatever. I'm not here to press your buttons. Google is very important. Get some reviews and get on Google as soon as you possibly can. Not all commercial properties are great commercial properties. I had a commercial property this year that was really bad. They did a terrible job at paying me. They were late. The first time they ever paid me, they were a month and a half late on paying me, and I was really pissed about it. And they finally paid me after I skipped a week of mowing. I pretty much just straight up told them, if you don't pay me, I'm done mowing your grass. And then 3 or 4 days later, they paid me, and then I showed up the next day, and come to find out, one of the guys that worked there, they busted out their mower and they mowed it. Their deck was broken on one side, so he scalped all the way down to the dirt every pass, like 2 feet of that mower. It was like a sit-down zero-turn mower, 16-inch deck, so 30 inches of it, 24 inches, however big the blade is, that whole section just scalped. Every stripe he did, scalped dirt, and he didn't weed whack nothing. Didn't weed whack anything. And the hardest part about that property is weed whacking. And then they told me, they're like, well, you can't charge us for this week because you didn't mow. And I was like, whatever. I was so mad. And then that same week, when I first got that property, we walked it. I sat down, I put in a bid, we signed contracts. A month and a half later, 2 months later, they added 3 or 4 beds, and they put in a fruit tree. And they wanted mulch around all that and those beds. So it was about 10 more yards of mulch, and they wanted all that done for what I priced them the first time. And I was like, you're out of your mind. They were bad. They were super duper bad. And then when I first started out, they wanted me to replace 40 heads, 40 sprinkler heads, and I gave them the price for 40 sprinkler heads, and I put that in my bid, and I also put that for my startup. And then of course, when it came to starting it up, I spent 3.5 days replacing heads, replacing valves, replacing solenoids. There was tons and tons and tons of cracks in all the lines. So many different patches and line work needed to be done. $6,500 when I was done is what I sent them for what they owed me. And then that still wasn't done. That was half the work that needed to be done. And then I talked to the guy, the manager, and he said, yeah, it's been really bad for the last few years. We didn't even have half the system on last year. And I was like, dude, you told me it was 40 heads. Now you're telling me it's all this work that needs to get done? And I straight up told him, I was like, I have 40 other clients that I need to take care of. You need to hire somebody to come and take care of this, blah, blah, blah. And he said, all right, that sounds good. So he called them, and they said it's about a month out because, you know, it's the beginning of the season. Everybody's getting irrigation done, so they were super busy. So he looks at me and he said, well, the grass isn't really growing because we don't have the water on. So why don't you just take this month off, and then I'll call you when they're done installing the irrigation system. I was like, what the hell, dude? That's not how this stuff works. Like, I put in a bid. I gave you all these numbers for all this work that's supposed to get done. What was really nice is I was able to get the mulching and the bush trimming and the fall and the spring cleanups done at least, but still, like, I was missing out on all my weekly mow revenue. Then on top of that, they didn't pay me for a month and a half, and then when they finally did pay me, it was really nice because I had all that back pay. It costs money to run a lawn care business. All that gas and that time and my equipment, like, all that stuff costs money. But I just signed them, like, we were fresh into the year. I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. They had some stuff going on internally with people starting and people quitting, and I straight up told them, I was like, dude, listen, this is your last straw. Like, if you guys mess me over one more time with this pay, if you do anything to screw me up one more time, and if you guys want to go to court, let's go. Things were good. They got the irrigation fixed. It ended up being like another $12,000 for the irrigation. They had so much crap they had to fix. And then all the heads got replaced. And then I finally got to get going and got down there, started, and then there was weeds everywhere because nothing had been done for years on end. There hadn't been any edging done, so none of these sidewalks had been edged. It was a nightmare. And of course, I had to go in there and give it my best effort because I like to make my lawns look beautiful. So I spent an entire day there every single week for like 4 weeks straight to get all the edging done, the pruning done, the trimming done, the fertilization, the weeding. The point is, not all commercial properties are going to be spectacular, and you need to know when to walk away. And I finally walked away. Everything I just told you plus some more happened in the middle of the month. It was so stupid. We finally sat down and we kind of figured things out, and I was like, all right, cool. And then things were going really good for a couple of months. I sent them the invoice for October. They sent me a text and they asked for dates of when I planned on mowing or something like that. It just didn't seem right. It's something they never did before. And I was like, something's off here. And here we are 20 days later, and I still haven't got an invoice. I'm not dealing with them anymore. I'm going to focus on my leaf cleanups and take care of the people that do pay me. If you guys like the content, please leave a like, or it's been a long day. If you like the video, leave a comment, like the video, and then subscribe, please. We're almost at 100, so that'll be great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.